Well, it looks like the model minority is at it yet again. Now, this story is going to be covered via two different articles that was posted on 2 different days. Now, the first one I'm going to be reading from is from casino.org, and it was posted March 5th, 2024, and then they updated it on March 6th, 2024. So in this picture, you have a man by the name of Jianchu. I'm guessing that's how you pronounce it. I don't know if it's Jianchu Liu or Jianchu Liu. And this guy is a part of a cheating ring, like a gambling cheating ring, where they basically go around to different casinos around the establishment and they cheat people out of money on these card tables and specifically. But this guy literally was sought after when they found out he was secretly recording the cards. Now, I don't know how they actually did it, because the people who do these schemes and run these scams, they have very interesting and intricate ways of the way of doing things. As a matter of fact, if y'all remember, there was a channel back in the day called the Travel Channel, and I would look at it, and it had certain episodes where it would show how people were committing these schemes and cheating and scams in order to beat and win at the casino. And one of the more popular ones I saw was when people would tell someone, "Oh, excuse me, sir or ma'am, you dropped $1 on the floor," and the person, of course, naturally is going to look back and they're going to reach down to grab the dollar. And when the person does that, the person who told them they dropped $1, which was really $1 that person dropped, they take their cup of coins and walk away. I think that's one of the reasons why they got rid of coin dispensers at the slot machines, was because a lot of that was happening. Then I saw some other things where people were using mirrors, or little small tiny mirrors or reflectors on the card. It's just wild. Like, I'm sure if you go on YouTube and look up the videos from back then are most likely up there. But we're going to go ahead now and talk about this guy. Remember, I told you this is covered over 2 different articles. So this one is stated as, Pennsylvania authorities are hunting a known baccarat cheater after he was caught on camera trying to defraud the Mohegan Casino in Wilkes Barre. State police said Chinese national Jianchu Liu, age 47, was spotted by the eye in the sky as he attempted to record the order of decks of cards on his cell phone. Identified by his casino rewards card, Liu is believed to be part of a professional cheating ring that has previously hit the Golden Nugget in the Imperial Palace casinos in Biloxi, Mississippi. The group's MO, or modus operandi, is to use a cut card to fan out the deck for a split second, long enough for a recording device to capture the order of the cards. While police didn't go into detail, the image was likely then relayed to an accomplice who would study the deck and advise Liu about when to bet optimally via a concealed earpiece. The goal of baccarat is to bet on the hand with the highest value, which is 9. Tens and face cards count as 0, and ace counts as 1, and all the other cards count as their face value. In Punto Banco Baccarat, the shoe is held by one of the players who deals cards on the dealer's instructions, which may have allowed Liu his moment. Liu's technique, however, appeared to be clumsy, at least as described in the police report, and it immediately aroused suspicion of casino security. Troopers launched an investigation into Liu after security reported he was acting suspiciously and cutting the deck in an unusual manner. Investigators studied the security tape and noticed that at around 1:35 a.m. on Saturday, February 24th, Liu was seen launching an app on his cell phone while seated at a baccarat table. He darkened the screen to prevent security from seeing what he was doing. He then placed the phone under a stack of baccarat scorecards. After the dealer had shuffled and allowed Liu to cut the deck, the player was seen to move the dealer's hand around to dictate how the dealer should be holding the deck, according to the complaint. This resulted in a verbal exchange between Liu and the dealer. Then at around 6:50 p.m. Sunday, Liu again placed his cell phone underneath a stack of scorecards. While cutting the deck, Liu put both hands on the deck as well as the dealer's hand, rotating the deck and attempting to forcefully fan it out, according to the complaint. State police have a warrant for Liu's arrest that charges him with 2 misdemeanor counts of winning by fraud or trickery. So that's the first article right there that came from casino.org. Now the next article that I'm going to read is going to come from cwchicago.com that was posted March 9th, 3 days later. Now I really want you to pay attention to this. This man is operating out of a cheating ring from somewhere. is from somewhere. He was attached to some cheating going on in Mississippi. Then he got attached to some cheating going on in Pennsylvania. Now, you're probably wondering, how did we end up in Chicago with this? Well, it's because, according to CW Chicago's headline, this guy swindled Chicago casinos out of $219,000. So he was in Biloxi, Mississippi. Then he was in Pennsylvania. Now he's in Chicago. So this guy is moving like a gypsy at this point. He doesn't rest for very long. He goes in, gets where he feels he needs to go, and get out and goes and attaches himself to another place. But it looks like they finally caught him. A California man cheated 2 Chicago area casinos out of $219,000, officials said Friday. Jianchu Liu, age 47, was jailed as a flight risk during a hearing before Judge Susanna Ortiz. She allowed him to be released on electronic monitoring if he found a place to stay in Cook County. An Illinois State Police report, which lists his occupation as gambler, identified the casinos as the New Bally's Casino in downtown Chicago and the Hollywood Casino Aurora. However, charging documents filed by prosecutors only listed Bally's as a victim. The thefts allegedly occurred between September 12th and November 26th last year and involved at least one accomplice, which was most likely the accomplice that was talked about and mentioned in the previous article. Now look at those dates, September 12th and November 26th. So this sounds like this happened, this of course happened last year, but the one that I just talked about in Pennsylvania, that sounds more recent. Like that happened this year. Initial court filings did not detail how authorities believe the Bay Area resident swindled the Chicago casinos, but he was arrested last week for cheating at a Pennsylvania casino baccarat table. Officials there accused Liu of using his phone camera to secretly record the order of cards in the deck. When a dealer offered Liu the opportunity to cut the cards, he manipulated the deck, quickly fanning it out so his phone could capture an image of the card values in sequence, according to the allegations. Security officials at the Mohegan Sun Casino in Wilkes-Barre keyed in on Liu on February 24th when he launched an app on his phone at a baccarat table and darkened the screen so security could not see what he was doing. The outlet then said, and they're talking about casino.org, then said he placed the phone under a stack of scorecards that baccarat players use to keep track of the games. Liu walked away from the table after getting into a verbal exchange with the dealer about how the deck should be handled. A few days later, he returned and allegedly attempted to forcibly fan out the deck of cards. The gaming news outlet said officials believe Liu sent images of deck sequences to an accomplice who examined the images and provided Liu with betting instructions via a hidden earpiece. Casino security identified him through his loyalty card and learned he was suspected of being a part of a professional cheating ring that conned 2 casinos in Biloxi, Mississippi. He was arrested at O'Hare to face local charges of operating a continuing financial crime, enterprise, and financial crime conspiracy. He is at least the second person to be criminally charged with cheating at the Chicago Bally's Casino since it opened in September. So this is a fairly new casino. It's only been open for a few months. Earlier this year, prosecutors charged Isaiah Garcia Martinez with placing a 200-to-1 bet at a Bally's baccarat table after the cards were dealt and the outcome of the hand was known. The dealer, not realizing he placed the bet after the game was over, paid him $5,000 and he walked away, according to the allegations. Gaming agents arrested him when he returned to the casino 2 days later. So that other guy, if he didn't go back, he would have been in the clear. But y'all see this scheme that's going on right now? Again, the model minority at it yet again, doing what they do best. But they try to say that we out here trying to scam and scheme a whole bunch of people, and look at what this guy got caught up in doing. Like, look at what this dude did. $219,000, and I would be pissed if I was one of the casinos that wasn't caught up in the suit of them stealing from me. Like they said, they only accounted for that Bally's, but they know that he did not just get the $219,000 just from them. It was from multiple casinos, but they're the only ones that were able to be brought up because they were the only ones, I guess, to be able to provide proof. But still, all you got to do is go back and look and see where the cards, when he used them, because those machines, they can tell when something, like whenever you insert that card and who was sitting there and who won. They're a machine, they're programmed. But that is crazy. And the thing about it is, He's not the only one. Again, it's a ring, so there's more people out there that's going to continue to doing that. This is one of those things that's going to last for as long as casinos are around, for a lifetime. Because like I told you in the beginning with the Travel Channel, in those videos that I'm talking about from the Travel Channel, you're talking about like in the early 2000s. This was before they had it where they took out getting coins in the bucket or in the cup and that going to printing out the paper of your winnings and then taking it over to the cashier or taking it over to the machine so they can dispense out your money. So yeah, and this is most likely something that's been going on for quite some time. This ring is not something new. This did not just pop up. And I'm willing to bet if they dig deep enough with the investigation with him, they're probably going to find out he's probably hit some other casinos as well. Because after all, with the first article I read, it led to this one. So I'm sure that there's an even more bigger or longer paper trail when it comes to this story.